is determinant, or let's say if it's an MP4 file and it was determinant that it it had a audio encoding of .mp3 and also let's say H264 or whatever encoding. If let's say all those parameters matched the same one for, let's say, of a different file name, but included with, based off of all those parameters, including the file size, that the temp name matched with the one that was there beforehand, it may still resume or upload. So that's what goes on in the backgrounds. And there's inheritance with this throughout, basically this whole like functionality and PHP that's available using the scalar variable of underscore files as a method of uploading an associative array of items uploaded to the current script via the hypertext transfer protocol post method. The structure of this array is outlined in post method upload section. This type of functionality goes as far as where CURL is it mime encode type base 64. It's like holding in a sneeze. Good morning, Mike. And only Mike. Morning. Sugar? Oh, yeah. There it is. To a null terminated encoding scheme, it may be set to null to disable the encoder previously attached to the part. The encoding scheme storage may safely be reused after this function returns. Twice values of value color supported encoding schemes are binary, 8-bit header added, no data changed, 7-bit the data is unchanged, but each byte is checked to be a 7-bit value. If not, a read error occurs. Base 64 data is converted to base 64 encoding, then split into carriage return line feed terminated lines of at most 76 characters. Quoted printable data is encoded, but then it can be appended. These are chunks of 76 characters. Okay. It's yeah, these are delimited or carriage return line feed terminated lines with 76 characters for each line, I believe. Okay. Quoted printable data is encoded in quoted printable lines of at most 76 characters. Since the resulting size of the final data cannot be determined prior to reading the original data, it is left as unknown, causing chunked transfer to hypertext transfer protocol. For the same reason, this encoder may not be used with IMAP. This encoder targets text data that is mostly ASCII and should not be used with other types of data. the original data is already encoded in such a scheme, custom content transfer encoding header should be added with FL curl mime or CURL mime headers instead of setting a part encoder. Encoding should not be applied to multi-parts, thus the use of this function on a part with content set with curl mime support. Okay. So this should not be used with multi-part form data, which would be, let's say, files. It's not recommended. Image.png. Send the file.
You should think about a more thorough screening process for your film. You always take her side because you think she's the smart one. You don't have a boyfriend but Sally. Why don't you have your boyfriend what happened to all that pudding pop? Sorry about your pudding. Maybe you could hide him better. Such a know-it-all. How do you put up with it? Like to share sex with me buys her a lot of goodwill.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. Bridget, can you stop shaking like that? Jeez, you're so annoying. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, as long as you're living with your mom and your sister, they're always going to be looking out for the baby and a family. But I'm not a baby. I know, you're a beautiful girl with a wonderful, trusting nature, but a lot of guys will take advantage of that. I leave with my heart and my breath. My breasts are on top, so they kind of get there first.
Oh.
Maybe you should baby her all the time. She wouldn't act so immature. Well, maybe if you had sense enough to hide your things when there are strangers in the house, you still have your iPod.
The script will create a temporary file with a random name and a temporary directory on the server. For example, see, the PHP interpreter will also populate the global array files with the information about the uploaded file as follows. See, don't talk to me, Bridget, I'm busy. See, it says right here, these are the parameters that it's saying. With the information about the uploaded file as follows. The PHP interpreter will also populate the global array with the name of the file, the type, the MIME type of the file, the size, the temporary name, the temporary file name in which the uploaded file was stored on the server, but uses these other parameters to create that temporary name probably. Move uploaded files, price, or let's see. That's how usually it behaves. That's something that, oh yeah, that's when I was talking about in the beginning of these two video screencasts was validation that runs in the background. That's like where if there's a alternate missing input from either it be a radio button, for instance, that is being requested to be selected in a form on, let's say, a web application, for its user to select either one or the other. If none are selected, that that is pre configured in, let's say, the framework's library to check for something like that, which is called validation, and or allows the programmer to have that ability to easily um, request the end user to, to be required to enter, let's say, certain data into that form that they are entering data into within that web application. That's called validation. Okay.
With over 100 new and certified pre-owned keys in stock and ready for delivery, Matte Black Key and A-Carver Township and Tom's River are your best options for getting a newer Kia. Right now, put $0 down and pay no interest for 60 months on all new